Hi students, nice to see you all. My name's Chris from IELTS Daily and I'm very happy to be here today because I'm going to be showing you a band 6.5 or a band 7 in the mock exam. You're going to watch this mock exam and you can see what the student does well and how they can improve so that you can apply the same things in your speaking test. Hi friends, it's Chris from IELTS Daily, the best place for you to practice your IELTS every day. We're continuing our mock exam review session today, where I'm going to be looking at part 2 of a mock exam with Tony. Remember, Tony in part 1 made some grammatical mistakes. Let's see how he does in part 2.
Now I'm going to show you a topic and I would like you to talk about it for 1 to 2 minutes. You have 1 minute to think about what you want to say and you can make some notes if you wish. Do you understand?
Yes.
Here is some paper and a pencil to make some notes on your topic.
Thank you.
I would like you to talk about a style of music you enjoy. You have 1 minute to prepare.
Now, while Tony is preparing, let's talk about this topic. It could be a common topic in the test. Music is a topic that everybody knows about. I think this question would be really hard. A style of music that you enjoy. You'd have to talk about that for over 1 minute. So try to think about different styles of music because you can talk about many styles of music. You do not only have to talk about one. One of the biggest misconceptions, or something that people are confused by or don't quite understand, is that in part 2, you can go off the topic and you won't lose marks. Remember, in writing, if you go off the topic, you will lose marks. But in speaking, it is absolutely okay for you to talk as much as possible about the topic. So if you start on one thing and you go off and start talking about another type of music, that's absolutely fine. Remember, in the test, don't make too many notes.
Okay, that's your minute. Now you have 1 to 2 minutes for this, so don't worry if I stop you. I will tell you when your time is up. Could you start speaking now, please?
Yes. So I play piano. So one of the type of music I enjoy will be classical piano music.
Okay. One of the type of music I enjoy will be. Few grammatical mistakes in here. One of is always plus the plural. One of the types, always. One of the doors, one of the people, one of the languages. One of the types of music I enjoy is, not will be. One of the types of music I enjoy is classical music.
Yeah, so I always listen to this music when I'm deciding I will be playing piano or after I play piano. So the music is quite relaxing and at the same time it's kind of make me feels like I will be learning this piece.
It make me feels like. For me, this is a big grammatical problem because he's mixing up different forms and tenses within the same sentence.
So it's kind of a set up a goal to help me to learn something in the future. So why I listen to this music, first of all, it's feeling relaxing.
Okay, feeling relaxing. Remember that if it's a feeling, you have to use the ED ending. Really important, go and learn about it. The difference between relaxed and relaxing, tired, tiring, interested, interesting. If you don't know the difference, go and learn about it. In this case, Tony should have said, it makes me feel relaxed, not relaxing.
And then it helps me to find a new song to practice. And when I'm listening to this music, I feel relaxed, but more importantly, I feel...
Did you notice that Tony said, I feels twice? He said it 2 times. Very simple mistake. You can avoid these mistakes just by focusing. One of the best ways that you can learn is by recording yourself and then listening back and trying to notice any grammatical mistakes.
How those writers or musicians, how they're feeling of the piece. So I'm really enjoyed by just listening through the masterpiece. It's quite refreshing and makes me wanna be one of them in the future. And that's one of the way I enjoy play piano, because I really enjoy to feel the heart or feel how the great musicians feels.
Great. Thank you. Could you please return your piece of paper and your pencil? Thank you.
All right, in this part of the test, again, Tony probably makes too many grammatical mistakes for him to reach a band 7. You have to be able to speak with a number of grammatically accurate sentences. If you find that there are mostly grammatical mistakes in most of the sentences, you're not going to get a band 7, unfortunately. I wouldn't say focus too much of your time on grammar, but if you are looking for a 7, you do need to focus some of your time on making sure that you're not making these types of mistakes. Remember, I tell students again and again and again, you don't need to cover all of the question points that are given on the card. The question points on the card are there just to help you, to direct you. If you don't cover part of it, that's okay. If you talk at length about one part and just cover one short part of another question, that's okay too. If you miss some of the questions altogether, no problem. It's different for the writing section. Speaking, you can miss parts of the question card altogether. I know that for many of you, the speaking part 2 is a very difficult part of the exam. So try to go to the IELTS Daily website, look at as many of the speaking questions as you can, record yourself, post some of your answers to our Facebook group. You can record yourself on the video, post them, and we'll try to give you a score. I hope this was useful for you. That was part 2 of the test. Again, Tony scores a band 6.5 to a band 7. I'll hope to see you in the next video. Bye for now.